GM, welcome to this week's episode of the Fantasy Top Deck Building Series. I'm your host, Carpenter of Web 3. Alongside me this week, in place of the Big Brain Frog HK, is Crab. Crab, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing well, man. And we're welcomed and blessed with the presence of Parallel Arena Hero and TCG superstar BabyBear. BabyBear, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. Thanks. I'm super excited to be here. Don't know what to expect, but I'm open-minded. I'm gonna warn you guys though. I'm a total noob when it comes to fantasy, so you're gonna have to explain everything really, really well. But I'm
Perfect.
super hyped for it.
Heck yes, that's
Uh,
awesome.
that's perfect. We love onboarding new people.
Good, good, good.
Absolutely.
But
Yes.
yeah,
And
have big shoes to fill with HK gone this week. And but yeah, how are you feeling, Carp, after last week's mishap and trip to the hospital?
yeah, feeling better. Yeah, it was definitely. I didn't think I'm generally a pretty fit guy, but I didn't think you can get blood clots like unless you're like super old. But yeah, it was super weird, and scary, but better now. It's crazy that it was like been almost literally a year. Well, it's been over a year since I've been doing the Fantasy Top content, but just under a year of never missing an episode of the Fantasy Top deck building series. So having to miss last week really it was hard. But yeah, I figured it was probably best. I didn't look too hot. You didn't want to see me on camera last week. It looked bad.
Well,
That's
glad
rough
you're on the
looking.
other side of it. That's definitely scary.
Yeah, it stunk. So I'm definitely glad to be back. And then this week HK is had a little emergency of his own, family emergency. So and thank you so much for stepping in literally last minute, like within the last hour, man, before the show went live.
No worries. Happy to be here.
Heck yes. And just a little background, Baby Bear, do you just want to give us a little background about yourself and for those viewing?
Yeah, sure. So I'm BabyBear. I'm a TCG content creator from Belgium. I've been doing Hearthstone is my main game. I've been playing that since 2016. I've been playing competitively. I've been streaming since 2019, full time. And 2 years ago, I started mixing up the traditional Web 2 gaming with Web 3, and that has resulted in a bit of a clash with my initial audience because the traditional gamers, they are not so crazy about the Web 3 stuff. So it has been a bit of a struggle, but like especially the last year, I've been branching out a little bit more, tweeting about the things I enjoy without caring too much about what the audience has to say about it. So I'm really happy to be here. So I'm a Parallel ambassador since last year as well. So that's why I'm in the Parallel arena right now on Fantasy. Um, so yeah, super excited to try and learn how to make my own decks now because I actually wanted to do it last week for week 2 of the Parallel arena, but I just didn't understand what to do, so I ended up not submitting anything. So this is perfect, guys.
Oh,
Heck yeah, that's
literally day
awesome.
one for submitting a deck of any kind then?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that's perfect too because the parallel or the arenas for this week just went live too, literally like right before the show. Um, so it's really good. I was um, like right before I was like, dang, hopefully they're gonna go live, and then they
Yeah, I
did.
just
So I'm
saw them
excited.
appear. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be perfect. And I really like in the parallel, well, in both the fantasy and the parallel, you get that boost, right? So for those who don't know, the so there's a traditional scoring, and then outside of that, and we'll kind of touch on that too. But the how it works in the arenas is if you're since the we'll go with the parallel arena, right? So any of the heroes that are tweeting during the tournament about parallel get a percentage boost, right? Or like a multiplier, and that adds to their score. So that's why you'll see certain players' scores different from the core tournament, right? So the heroes that are like the Kaleo is a big one, right? So you'll see him in the core tournament, and his score might be substantially higher in the parallel arena or in the fantasy arena compared to where it is in core because of those multipliers. The same with the fantasy multiplier. In the fantasy one, the if you're talking about fantasy top, you get that's multiplier. And so the cool thing too is there's been quite a few new heroes added as well. So it'll be fun to see those as well. Crab is in the fantasy arena. Baby Bear, as I said, has been a day one in the parallel arena. And then myself is in the parallel. They added me to parallel and fantasy this week.
So we're gonna be competing for mindshare.
Exactly. And being able, like, being a hero and talking on that topic, it really gives you like a little bit more of like a higher upside for the content and the boost in the competition. So yeah, I think if you have the opportunity to play yourself and actually have that added impact, like
Yeah.
you have that input that goes into it too, can definitely be some nice upside.
Absolutely. And that's where, oh, let's switch to this one. We're going to go here, make sure we add this one to here. Okay. So just real quick, we're going to go, why is that so tiny? Let me fix this real quick. Because we're going to go over while we're teaching Baby Bear. We're going to have, I'll share my screen. And then when we're going to, at the end of this, we're going to do, Baby Bear's going to make some arenas. And so then she'll be sharing her screen, which will be super fun. Hopefully we can build her a winning lineup.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right. So you kind of want to, or actually, you can share your screen if you want, Crab. If you want to kind of, since you're going to take, you're kind of taking the role as HK, our analyst. If you want to kind of start, and then I'll feed off of you.
Oh, I can definitely. Let me see what I can do here.
Yeah, sorry for that quick spin. I just realized I was like, wait, you're probably the better one to take it from here.
All right. Can you see that there?
Yep. Let me switch those out. Bingo. There we go.
All right. And so actually what I was just looking at, what I pulled up here was last week's fantasy tournament for the arenas. And as you can see, my top deck, just to give you a sense of what we were talking about, I loved putting fantasy heroes in there. And you can see just how like impactful it was. These are all players that had boosts within fantasy. And you know, it's one of those things where like Bonsai absolutely crushed it. 934 score, like that competes with absolutely anybody out there. Like shout out to him for such a good performance on that. But fantasy top heroes 8, it was fun. It was really fun to watch. And similarly, if we just look at the parallel arena real quick here, I did not crush it in the I don't know as many heroes in the parallel arena, so I wasn't able to take as much advantage here. But yeah, you could see some of the mind share. Yeah, you had a 2.5.
See, Baby Bear's a cheat code in the parallel.
And now I know. Now but yeah, so big impact there. But yeah, where do you want to get started with this? Would you like to go ahead and give it a try? I can load up a couple to explain. Is that the best?
Yeah. So I was thinking, maybe we well, the best to ask Baby Bear, what's the best way you like to learn, Baby Bear? Like through hand, like seeing it, or
Yeah. I like
perfect.
seeing what happens, but also before we start, I already have a question.
Yep.
How are the scores for the heroes like calculated? Because you know, on the mindshare, for example, you see those percentages. Is it based
Mhm.
only on your own tweets, or is that also based on like interactions with other people on their accounts, or and also for fantasy? Because I know in my arena I have to tweet about parallel, but what do
Mhm.
people in the other fantasy post about generally? Is it just like anything fantasy related or anything crypto related or Web3? Or is that not how it works?
Yeah,
So
so
go ahead.
the
You
first
can
question
take
you
that
had,
one.
like it will be any of your own tweets. So comments don't count towards the score. And it's a combination in terms of power of the score. It's a combination of how much reach you get and I mean, we don't know the exact algorithm, but how much reach you get, how many interactions you have, but also based on how many followers. So if you have an outsized mind share, an outsized reach, but with a smaller follower account, you can really get up there too and compete with even some of the
Right.
bigger accounts. And yeah, so it's only your content, not any replies and whatnot. But
But
what was the second question you had?
I want to touch
What?
on that real quick, but go ahead. Ask
Oh,
your second question, and then I'll touch on the
oh
first
yeah, it
one.
was in the fantasy arena. What are people posting about there that like increase their score? Is there like any topics in particular, or is it just like fantasy related or Web3 related, or is
Yeah,
it anything really?
you can talk about absolutely anything.
Anything? Okay.
However, the boost comes from your mind share within that topic.
Yeah.
If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Carp, but I believe so. Since you're competing in the parallel league, when you talk about parallel, how much mind share you get, that's what your boost is
Yeah.
based on.
Yeah. And that's so in all of the arenas, you can talk about anything and get scored and how it's scored. And so it's not just, I mean, it is based on how well your tweets do in comparison to like so interactions, like your engagements. They've never given us the whole, even though like myself being on the team, the fantasy team, it's they keep that really close to the core team, right?
Okay.
Because they don't want that getting out. But
Yeah.
what they have given us is it is basically so it has, and it's fun to think about the gamification of it too. But so basically all your tweets and how much engagement you get in comparison to your following. So the smaller followers. So you technically need less engagement than say a Kaleo, right? Because he has 6 figures. You have 4 or 5 figures. I think you have 5. And then followers. And so if you get like a 50,000 impression tweet, it's gonna do much better than if Kaleo or someone else does
Right.
a 50,000 tweet. And then also it takes into account how everyone else on the leaderboard is doing. So like say if Greg goes absolutely insane and then shoot like way outpaces everyone, like it's 10 or 12 million impressions, it's gonna be like he's gonna have that 1,000 score, and then everyone else is gonna be based off of them. So it kind of like all depends on how well you're doing. So you could post like and the best alpha is to post right when the tournament goes live.
Yeah.
Because then it gives more time for your posts to range and like grab engagement. But also some people like Nev tried last week just like posting a lot, but if not all your tweets, because it comes down to an average impressions per tweet.
Yeah.
So if you post a lot and like some of them aren't doing so well, it doesn't do well. Also, never delete tweets after like I think it's like 2 hours. I would just go with the thing of never delete tweets because Got, a lot of us know have been hurt by that in the past. Got would post a tweet, score, and then he'd delete it, but then it would crush his score because it was after that 2 or 3 hour window. And so it would still count as a tweet, but he basically just removed the engagement. So now his average is rock bottom. But I hope that was super long-winded, but I hope between the two of us we kind of answered it.
You did, yes.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and I certainly do best in terms of walking through everything if we're actually doing it as well. If you have any other questions, shoot them our way as well. But whenever you're ready, I can walk through just like putting together a couple decks and what I'm thinking about as I do it as well.
Yeah, I have one more question, but I don't know if it's something you'll answer now or if I'll see it anyway later. But I understood from if you make a parallel deck, an arena deck, you pay $5 in whatever Ethereum or USDC or whatever, and then you get like a pool of 20 or 25 random heroes, right? So you don't have to own the hero, or you can't own them. I don't know how that works. But for the fantasy arena, you do own the cards, or is that not how you do? You can always just randomly pick.
Just the opposite in terms of ownership. So if you're talking about the main tournaments, like for example, I'll just take a look at Platinum here. And when I start to add from a deck, this will pull from all of my existing inventory that I own I can any week, you're free to buy, sell, etc. And even throughout the up until the start of the tournament. However, in the arenas mode, that's where it's, I believe, like the 24 different heroes, and it randomly selects which options you have, and then you make your decision based on what's in front of you.
Okay. And for example, if I were to make a deck later, is is it possible that I would show up as a choice, even though I'm the hero and I'm making the deck, or can I not pick myself?
Yep, you can absolutely pick yourself. You
I'm
know,
picking myself.
yeah, so in arena you'll definitely have that opportunity, and even main heroes in the primary tournament, they can build decks with themselves, and in the main tournament actually heroes are given a soulbound legendary card of themselves as well, so it's actually a good way to encourage them to participate and to play too.
Right.
So yes, on both fronts.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
And then also there is a there's the core tournament, right? And then within the arenas there is the parallel arena, but then there's also the fantasy arena.
Yeah.
So in the fantasy arena, you don't have to own those cards again.
Okay.
So it's but this time I think this week it is, let me check, make sure I'm not wrong. Yeah, this week it actually is takes 4 tickets to enter, and each ticket is worth $5, right?
Okay.
And so that's what you do is he'll go through that here in a second, but it's $20 worth. So it's for the fantasy arena this week, just to kind of give like some mix up in that. Also, the rewards are a lot higher in that one as well. But so yeah, in arena, a good way to remember it is like arenas, you don't have to own the cards, but in the core version, you do own the cards.
Yeah. And is there like a meta? Like there are certain creators who are like more valuable picks, and you kind of just have to learn which ones they are, or do you guess who's gonna do well?
It's kind of it's both really. So in the arena, it's worth like based on your card pool, you only have so many, like 17 max stars you can use, and so you need to like find out which because there's always like the Greg, the ICO beasts, the Ansems, and all these like superstars that are 8 stars, 7 stars, but those are really hard to fit into. Then you only have 10 stars to fill out the rest of your other 4 heroes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like trying to play with those numbers, and then win.
Yeah. So
there's also like
there.
Oh, big time. And there's some alpha too. So for a lot of us who've been playing a long time know this, and so this was something if you see a Makesy, he'll be a 1-star this week. That usually pick him on this week. Whenever he's a 1-star, it's good to pick him. If he's a 3 or 4-star, never pick him because he's not going to post that week. He's the only one to successfully do it. He does 1 week on, 1 week off.
Right.
Others have tried it and failed, but he's the only one that's been able to successfully do it. But yeah, if you Crab, if you want to go through and kind of do your teaching thing as you do an arena, and then BabyBear, if you have any questions throughout, just shoot them and we'll answer.
Sounds good. Yeah, and you said for Parallel, it's 5 tickets for entry.
No, one ticket per entry. It's the fantasy arena this week. That's 4 tickets per entry.
Okay, gotcha. I'll do Parallel then. I feel like maybe BabyBear can help me out a little bit this week, especially since I'm not familiar with some of the main players on your side. I can have a little bit of an edge here.
Right.
This is what pops up. So I just used one of I had 5 tickets loaded up already.
Okay,
so,
I actually don't recognize any of those for Parallel. For Parallel, I don't actually recognize any of them.
Oh, really? Okay. But
Arrogant Dow doesn't post very often. That's the only name I recognize.
Okay. And Wayfinder, I feel like, but Wayfinder's that again. I don't think they're gonna post a whole lot, but if they do, it
post a lot about Parallel either.
Oh yeah, they don't.
Bright Avian used to, because he was like playing competitively, but I think he focused on some other stuff right now because he's not really doing Parallel. Gotcha. So how do you decide who you want then? If like nobody stands out, do you just pick randomly or?
Yeah, so it's really and this is where like the strategy comes into play. And so as Carp was just saying too, it's a combination between you want reliable people that you can count on, but because the star levels or like the overall, I only have 17 to choose from. You can see here at the bottom that it really does make you take some risk on some lower numbers as well. And then the other thing to keep in mind, aside from just the stars, we were talking about the boost before. This green number here, I'll just zoom in. That's the boost for the Parallel leagues, based on that mind share we were talking about.
I know that person, the first one there, has been on the Mindshare leaderboard last week. But I didn't see what they posted about for Parallel, but
Who was
they
it?
overtook me. Keep It fan account.
Oh, Kip It. Yeah, he's one of
One
our
of the devs, yeah.
co-founders.
Yeah, he was on the Mindshare. I don't see anyone else.
Oh, he ended up finishing above you in Mindshare?
He didn't. He overtook me for like 24 hours, but then he dropped down again.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, that would have shocked me if he finished above, because you're
No, he didn't.
I watch your content pretty close, and your content usually does really well.
I had a strategy, because I post about Parallel, but not as much as I did like while the arena is live. So I had a strategy of doing 3 posts per day for Parallel, and then
There we go.
go and interact with the other Parallel people, so they would come back to me.
Ooh, that's
Because
smart.
even though they don't know it, they were like boosting me because I went to them, and then they checked out my profile and I
Let's
got some
go. That's smart.
interactions.
And also a cheat code you can do is pin. So once you post your post, and this just works with everything, right? Which I'm sure a lot of people do, but definitely during the tournaments. So like, say you make your first post of the day, like preferably like right when the tournament starts. And I know for like, it's all time zones. I don't know what time zone you're in, but it's 10 a.m. Eastern. So about the time that we went live today is the time the tournament starts, or what time we were supposed to go live. We were a little late, but that's what time the tournament starts. So if you post like right after that, like usually about 3 to 4 minutes, 5 minutes after, if you pin that post, right? So then everyone that comes to your profile definitely sees that post, right? And you do that with every post. It works out really well.
Yeah, I did that last week on Monday when the arena went live.
Let's go.
I scheduled a post at 4:05, which is like 5 minutes after it went live my time. And it was the announcement that I was going to do the show match. And then I pinned it, and then Parallel instantly retweeted it. So I had like really good numbers instantly on the pinned post on the first day. So that boosted me a lot on the first day.
Heck yes, that is perfect. So you're already a natural.
I have some strats, yeah.
Yep. Heck yeah.
And so one other component here, sorry to interrupt. There is like for the arenas, there's a timer. And so I believe it's 5 minutes total that you have to select from the cards.
Oh, okay. So we have one minute left to pick all the other ones.
Yeah. And typically from a strategy perspective, I usually try to start with 1 or 2 of the low cards, because by trying to pick kind of the riskier bets and analyze that, I feel like then I can decide some more foundational pieces with the amount of stars I have left. And so I'm going to kind of put this together a little bit quick. Anybody that you suggest here? Let's see. Well, this is going to be with 11. I don't know if I'm going to throw Paragon in there. You said
I'd put them in there. Yeah, they might post.
All right, I'm going to do a really quick one here just because I'm running out of time.
See, Gigi was a rough pick for me. She's kind of fallen off, but at 5-star, I feel like she's a good pick.
I also typically I haven't used her in a deck in a while. I haven't found her to be that reliable week to week, and especially compared to other 5 stars you can generally pick from. But the time pressure made me do it.
Is a good one. See, the time pressure always gets me, and because like
these are some good ones though.
Yeah. Okay. This
right?
could actually be a good. So right away.
Yeah.
Right away, Elon at 1 star, to me, that's like a home run. He's one of my, in main, he's a 3-star this week, and he's one of my core picks for top decks anyway. So at 1 star, I feel like that's a huge bargain.
Yeah.
Kaleos and the Factor are both good.
What's that?
The Factor was like on fire last week. He finished in 3rd place, I think, for
Holy cow.
You
have go ahead. Yeah, HK is a steal this week at 3-star.
Yeah.
100%. So that's another easy decision for me. Anybody else you see on that low stars that you think is worth an easy gamble?
Yeah, the Factor on the first row.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah,
he did really, really well last week. I think he finished 3rd. I tried to catch up with him all weekend. I just couldn't do it.
He was posting some banger content, and he had some good shorts too.
Yeah, he really went all in. So that's a really good pick, I think.
Awesome. And so I actually have like 3 really good low star
ones. Yeah. The one that's like in the middle there, Kalos, it's a 1 like on the top row also. He's one of the Parallel founders, and sometimes he does like banger tweets about it. He finished on the leaderboards in the first week, so sometimes he posts, sometimes he doesn't. But if you need like one more, then you could potentially go for that one.
Which name was that?
The
Kaleos
top
between
row,
Alon and Defector.
Kalos. Yeah, in the middle there on the top row.
Oh, gotcha. And
Like if
so
you need him
one
in the
thing I would
future.
say here is because like if that's a riskier pick and I already have some good low star options, I'm actually in a good position to be able to round this out. So I still have 11 stars left and only 2 rolls. So that means, I can do a 6 and a 5 or split that a little bit more. And
Yeah,
this is where I kind of start to look at some of the higher stars for value still, but who I think can have some banger potential, I guess.
but do those higher star content creators, do they also have to post about Parallel, or does that not even matter?
Doesn't even matter.
It
All
doesn't
right.
matter.
Okay.
If
Well,
if they
it
do a
doesn't matter
boost.
towards their content, but they won't get a boost.
Right.
Exactly. So if you find someone that's in the, I think like Kaleo, who's a
Yeah.
6-star, at least in
Yeah.
main this week, he's like a great combination of both because he has huge reach, but he'll also focus, like he plays arenas as well. And so he actually will post about those projects to get a boost too. And he likes the
Yeah.
game. That can be like the best of both worlds, really.
Yeah. Okay.
I kind of like Nyrolf. I don't know if I'm
I
pronouncing
love
that
Nyrolf
wrong.
as a 5-star.
As a
He's usually like a
5-star.
7. He's usually like a 7-star, 6-star. So at a 5, that's a banger. And then I like Kate as a 6-star here. Is where I think the best 6-star is. But if you want to go riskier, you'd go with Pentoshi. But I like this Kate as a 6-star.
Yeah, maybe last week I would have thought about Pentoshi as things were like ultra bullish, but then everybody got
Yeah.
wiped out and everyone's questioning things a little bit more. I might not, I don't fade him because I won't ever play him in reverse because he loves to just blow reverse decks up. But
Yeah.
I'm not as bullish on him this week, especially at the 6-star. Yeah, I'll go for that. I'll use Kate
That
to
one's a
round
good
it
one.
out.
Okay. So one question about like
Mhm.
those higher star creators. Do you just after a while, do you just know which ones are okay to pick, or do you always have to like go and check their content before picking someone, for example, to see if they're still active, or like after a while, I guess maybe
Oh,
you
hey,
just learn who's doing well.
do you want to show her how you can flip the card and kind of see how they've been doing? So you don't actually have to go to their page. Fantasy
Okay.
made it to where Finch is a good one. Muka's usually a good one too, but Muka's on vacation, even though you don't have Muka.
And so let me find, and to answer your question, it's both. Like over time, you absolutely get a sense of who's competitive, who's consistent.
Yeah.
However, like week to week, somebody could be on vacation. Somebody could, maybe they had a huge week last week because they just got hired. They just got like promoted to one of the prediction markets or something like that.
Yeah.
They just or on board to the team, and so they got a major boost. But so you do have to check even though you kind of learn over time.
Yeah.
So one thing to really help with that, HK every single week, and other people as well, but HK is probably the most notable. He every single week he puts together a playbook basically about who might be away, who's trending up, and then your best options at each star level. And so it's like a really good playbook that you can go to in creating decks. And I don't think it's out this week yet. I was looking for it just before we started, but it is absolute go to I think for both of these, or for both arena and main. It's useful.
Okay.
Would you say that there's anybody from Parallel that I could call on here?
Yeah, D Money, top row.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yep.
D-Money,
D Money.
okay.
He's but next. Yep. I'm actually gonna try and get D Money on. I was watching his stream the other day. And then we followed each other. So I think I'm gonna reach out and try and get him on next week.
Oh
Alright.
yeah, I think he'd be down.
Heck yeah, perfect. He seems really legit and cool. Like
He
he feels
is, yeah.
like easy to talk to.
He
I
is.
was like, you're really easy to talk to, and thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
And this
You're
is
also
just a lot of
asking
fun.
amazing questions too. Like, especially,
Yeah,
I haven't
I love it.
ever taught somebody from 0 to 1 to onboard to fantasy, but you're asking all the right questions and
Yep.
certainly making my job a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's because I genuinely like things like this, and I'm just really new to it, but I'm trying to understand so that after this meeting or session we have here, that I can actually make some decks and maybe do well in the future as well.
I love
Heck
it.
yeah. Well, after this one, I might we might turn it over so you can try it too.
Yeah.
And this is actually, I forgot to do what Carp was mentioning. So you can actually look here and flip the card over and get
Oh,
some
right.
details. And this will be like a really good tool for their 1-day score, what their rank is. But this also like over time, like how are they trending over a longer period of time, 7 days and 30 days. And then of course the boost is there
Boost.
too.
Yeah.
And if you go to main, I think that there's actually even more details as well in terms of like you can see some charts. You can see how much how much they've been trading for over time and stuff as
Yeah.
well. So, but yeah, to round out this deck, any suggestions on some of these higher ones? I'm a big fan of Simon. He's always super consistent and reliable.
I like Simon at 6.
And
RWLK I think he'll do well this week, but not as well as the 7-star, especially because it's gonna be more quieter for Monad until the week of the 28th.
yeah, at a 5-star last week, he was a bargain and like huge for
And with
for
intern
any-
is a 5. Those two were such cheat codes last week.
I know, right? They were, yeah.
And
So
that's one thing too. Just to touch on real quick, BabyBear is so one good thing because like whether it's arena or core, whether it's the fantasy arena or the parallel arena,
Yeah.
kind of like you had asked the question earlier. So these, even though the heroes that don't get the boost, are still generally have pretty optimized accounts. So it's good to also look at like last week the Monad stuff was coming out. So
Yeah.
that has a big say. And so you look at the heroes that are like, intern, RWLK, they're both part of the team there. And then any content creators that will generally post about that. So knowing the kind of like the sentiment or I'll come back to that real quick, but knowing like what news is coming out and then what heroes generally will post about that helps. And then also the sentiment, like we were talking about a little bit ago that Crab brought up, like Pentoshi, if it's a bullish, like the market's bullish, there's heroes like Pentoshi that are going to post more frequently than if it's bearish, right? So knowing that kind of things really helps too.
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead and give it a try if I hand it over to you and let you pick some decks?
All right. Let me
switch you
go
over.
to my fantasy website.
There we go. And I went ahead and
Alright.
pulled you up on screen.
All right. Am I on the screen?
Yep,
Or not yet?
you're up.
Okay. So
Yep.
let me find the thing. So I go to Parallel Arena and I register.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Yep. And so
Okay.
you'll need to click buy tickets up in the right hand corner or right there.
Oh,
yep. And yeah, 1 ticket. And then it'll do the whatever.
Did I buy it yet?
Oh,
I don't know if I did.
Did it queue up? No. Had you export? Oh yeah, you should be good. You have the stuff in your account, so you're good. So maybe go down and click register, and then it'll queue it up again.
Oh.
And then try it again.
It doesn't look like it's actually buying anything.
No, because it should bring up and have you give you the opportunity to put in a invite code. Let me look and see what it does anything on my end. Did you so had you exported your wallet and did all that stuff, right?
Yeah, I put $25 worth of Ethereum.
Okay, yeah. So you have the funds in there. It's on base. Oh yeah, because it shows right there that it's in your account, so it should work. That's weird. Let me look here. Are you in the parallel? Yeah, you're in the parallel one.
I'm in the parallel one. Yeah.
You are. That's funky. Here, try to hard refresh. I was dang it. I'm sorry about this.
It's all right.
I'll try it again. We'll click buy.
It looks like it just like refreshes the page and then nothing happens.
Let me we'll circle back here. We'll let me reach out to on the back end here. I'll reach out to the guy. I'll blind scroll on them and get that on there real quick. I was trying to get it to work for you.
Right.
So here we'll pop you off real quick. I'll jump on real quick and let me fix my screen here. Which one am I sharing? Sharing this one. So we'll make it a little bigger. Here we go. And we'll do a Just parallel or fantasy? We'll do parallel. Arenas. Register. Okay, let me message in Telegram why we get this up too. Okay, so these are some of the decks I did earlier.
Hey, I'm in there. And you're in there.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is if every pool I see you, I grab you right away. And so this one, I snagged myself, and then Dub too. I was pretty good at a 1-star.
Dub's good too, yeah.
This one, I went squirrel. I forgot that I had an arena going, and it timed out, so it auto.
Oh, so it goes out. Does it just pick randomly when it times out? Okay.
It's the lowest of the stars. So yeah, you definitely don't want to get timed out like I did.
Yeah.
So first thing I see is like here. I kind of do the opposite of what he does.
You go
what
for
Crab does.
The big
he would
one
go.
first.
Yep. I try and see who I want in the big star, so I know where to fit everyone. So from here, I see Honey's a 5-star is pretty good. Loki is a 4-star, and then we're gonna go. Hugo is a 2. I don't know who these guys are. I know who Icy is. Icy's generally he does his.
Icy is alright, and Excelsior is also okay for a 1.
Excelsior. Oh yeah, Excelsior. I know him. He's
Yeah.
I'm supposed to trade him. I could just remember that seeing his face. I'm supposed to trade with him. And so we're left with. So, Excelsior. I didn't forget about you. I'll send you that. We got I don't remember what cards we were gonna trade. Or what. I don't think I had found a card I wanted yet, but I know the card he wants, so we'll figure it out. Sorry, I forgot about that until I seen him. And then from here, it's either Ignis or Tyler D. Or what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So now you have like 5 stars left, right? So you need to pick 5 to fit, or something less than 5 is okay too. It doesn't have to be exactly 17.
Nope. You can be less. Yeah, I generally like to keep it right at it. But also there is times where like there's really good low stars. Like if I had Alon, Makesy, and then not really good high stars, I probably would end like with like 15 or 16 stars. I do feel like I want to go with Ignis hasn't been doing as well, so I think I'm gonna go Tyler D. And then I honestly think I'm gonna take Loki off and go with Luca.
Right.
Or actually, what do we have for 6 stars? Are you a 6? No, you're a 7. Dang it. Okay, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna stick with. Let me send that message real quick. Baby. Oh yeah, it was doing that for me a little bit ago. But so if that pops up, you just hit OK and it'll send it through for you. And we'll do one more here real quick.
Crab says you have to let him back in.
Oh, Crab, where's he at?
He said there in the chat you need to let him in. Yeah.
Oh, did you fall down?
My internet cut for a second, and then it immediately brought me back up. But
there you go.
Backstage.
Thank you for catching that, because I wasn't looking at. I have the 3 monitors going, but I of course wasn't looking at the one with us on it.
Sorry.
Looking at the Telegram one and this one. I'm sorry about that. Ooh, Carpenter. I'm picking that guy.
We're picking Carpenter.
I want to get one with BabyBear and Carpenter both in it.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Oh, Kaleo was a 7.
Oh,
That's a steal too. Oh man,
strong bet.
And then
you have 8 total. So
8 total. So it's gonna be. We gotta stick with low. I want to go with. I think Dub. Like my gut's telling me to go with Fitch, but Fitch doesn't post as much as Dub, right?
Fitch is a bit like AFK lately, so I don't know how much he's gonna post. Like
so
Dub seems a bit more likely.
Definitely. It's especially sometimes there are heroes that will be like it's kind of hit or miss. Like they might post, they might not. But if you play those heroes, you want to make sure that they can have like a huge impact. Like in main, we have like DB, who's famous for this, who doesn't post every week, but when he posts, he's going to be one of the top players. So like that's a kind of risk I'm okay with taking, but you don't want to take a risk like, oh, they might not post, and if they do post, you know, they might get 100 or 200 points. That's something I generally try to avoid.
Yeah, see, pre-rich, I don't like taking pre-rich. I feel like Sinez has a better chance of going off than But at the same time, I feel like I maybe go like this and pick who's gonna do better here. I feel like Patty Ice and then go with. So then I've got 4 parallel heroes, and then Patty. I kind of like this. What do you think?
I don't know as much of those. I think that Patty, yourself, and Kaleo is a really good foundation, though. You know, I think any of those 5 stars are typically kind of safe mid tier bets. You know, I think Schiller is as well.
Yeah.
And
I think I'm gonna lock this one. The only thing I don't like about it is going 3 strictly. I like to keep it between around 2 of the strictly parallel people, and so I'd say I have 3, which is myself, Dub, and Icy. But with Kaleo, because he's got, even without parallel, he scores pretty well. The parallel is a cheat code for him though, because he scores even higher.
yeah, he did tag them last week, didn't he? He did
Oh, yeah.
fantasy and parallel.
He crushed. I think he'll do the same this week.
Yeah.
The only thing that would have made this better is to have a BabyBear or HK in there.
Yeah, we haven't seen me yet, have we? Oh,
We have not.
Oh,
seen
you got one up there.
Oh, I have one. Yeah, we just haven't seen one live yet.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, here, I gotta finish making this post real quick.
so for the heroes who are only in the game now for Parallel, next week is the last season for Parallel Arena, right? So after that, they're just gonna be like gone from the game, or are they like coming back as just regular fantasy, or is that just like a short promotional thing?
I'm wondering if they will. I guess I'm not for sure. I'm assuming they'll. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know for sure either way. I think they'll definitely
Drop in as
the
play
rest of
fantasy.
through, I think, what a season is 6 tournaments, so at least through then. But there's also, I mean, there's the potential for anybody that is like signed up for clout to become a main hero if you score enough clout over the course of the season, and then towards the end here in a couple weeks, we'll actually use our fan points to vote on who we want for different sections. So who knows? Some of that stuff is up to the team. Actually, all that stuff is up to the team, but everybody can be a hero.
Okay.
Yeah, I would almost, and this is oh, that's a good time to do my little disclaimer thing. Anything I say on here or is said on here, even though we are streaming to the fantasy account and I am on the fantasy team, should not be depicted as coming from the core team or anything along those lines. So yeah, especially before I say this, I would think, and this is just speculation, right? I would think that the parallel heroes would most likely stay in and just be like fantasy heroes, like not the main core stuff, but just like do the arenas, like stay in arenas.
Yeah.
Again, I could be completely wrong, but I would foresee that, right? Because it's I mean, I feel like it's probably pretty good, right? Because then it gives you guys would be talking about fantasy, and it's just basically the same thing as the parallel arena, but it's a fantasy arena as well. So it's like a win-win. But again, I could be completely wrong.
It would be cool for sure, because I know like myself and some other creators like the Factor, we've been like super hyped about all this now. So
yeah,
it would be a bit sad if we didn't have that thing to compete for anymore.
Yeah, I'll definitely talk to him too, and maybe if like anything, it'll be like a thing where the ones that were super active, like yourself and the Factor, would become like the fantasy arena heroes or something. But we'll, because you guys have been super active, so it's super cool. And one thing is just driving me nuts right now is seeing this one deck here that is just all 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 2 star, 2 star. It would be nuts if this ended up placing though. Yeah. All right, so I messaged. Let's see who's read it. Okay, so far. Oh no, I misspelled that. Not one frag. One ticket. We can. While we're sitting here, I'll go over stuff. If you want to try again, BabyBear, to see if it does allow you like hard refresh. See if you can try to. And then, what browser are you using?
Google Chrome.
Okay, Chrome. Okay, perfect. Yes, shouldn't be that. Unless do you have pop-ups blocked or anything like that on that laptop?
Nothing comes up.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if maybe in the settings you had pop-ups that were blocked so it couldn't come up.
I don't think so. I got pop-ups earlier.
Okay.
It
So there's
should
definitely
work.
not that either.
Were you able to buy a carp, or did you already have yours loaded?
Oh, I already had mine. Yeah, let me see if I can buy now. Oh no, yeah. So this is what it should look like when you click that. You should hit buy and then click buy one, and it should look like this.
Right. Yeah.
And
So
then you just click confirm. Yeah, and then just hit confirm, and it should go through.
Right.
For what it's worth, I was having the same trouble as BabyBear.
Oh,
I had a couple loaded up as well. So.
Right.
Oh, so you couldn't buy earlier either?
Yeah, I tried to buy a couple with the same issue, but I had 5 from last week's tournament as prizes, so I still could enter.
Okay, so it's not just a one-off. Okay, perfect.
Maybe it's not me then.
No, I don't think it's you.
Okay. Well, if I'm not able to buy them now, I can try again later, and then I can just post whatever deck I created on X, and you can rate my decks and see how I did.
There we go. Perfect. Heck yeah, that's awesome. And then
yeah, it sounds good. I bet truly after like 1 week you'll submit decks, you'll kind of watch how they perform, and it all come together. I feel like week 2 you'll come back at it and be able to crush.
Absolutely, yeah. Especially with you, BabyBear, just like talking to you now, it's definitely you seem like one of those. Oh, we have HK. One of those people who just catch on, especially with like card games and stuff. Like you'll catch on really quick and probably be kicking our butts before you know it.
That's my plan.
I like Jacket 6. That seems
too.
like a good one. It's always hard to choose higher numbers on these though, or at least in arena.
It's definitely hard to. I usually stay away from this row, unless there's some banger 1 stars.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, how do Mission Pool? I know he's a big. Like I see him post, and he's a professional player, right? Like
he did well in the first week, and then last week I didn't see him in the leaderboard, so it's maybe okay. It depends if he commits again. Lambi should be okay. I guess the parallel account itself is okay.
Probably should be pretty good, right? And then
need to ping them for a big announcement next week.
Oh. He, I think, would be pretty good. I know he's close with ICO. I need to get on that. I should pick him and tell ICO to start retweeting him. He does that simplified podcast, and he's the founder of Wolf Style.
Yeah.
I think that's what his downfall is the fact that I've noticed he has a lot of followers, and like there's some other big accounts like that have too many. Like we call them like dead followers from like last cycle that they're not active on their accounts anymore. There's a few heroes that have those, and then they have been like the ones that are fantasy aware and like care about their score. They're actually going through, and there's a thing you can, I forget what it's called, but you can actually get rid of those like botted. They're basically acts like bots. Followers, so it actually helps your score overall. Here at 4-star, I feel like that is my play. Well, maybe I can find a better 3-star. Ice Knife might be good, but I think if he hasn't been talking about Parallel a lot.
Not so much, no.
Well, I'm wondering if he does it next week, because I think he will next week, because oh yeah, I can't wait to watch. Speaking of Defactor after this is going to be streaming the Parallel Major.
Yeah.
And doing commentary on it. Are you streaming the Major today?
No, I didn't qualify for it.
Okay. So what is casting? He said casting. I don't know what casting is.
It's like when you give like live commentary on the games. So he'll be like on the official Parallel stream, and he'll be like one of the co-hosts, basically like talking about the games.
Okay, that's what casting meant. I thought he was gonna like screen share the stream and put it on Twitch.
Yeah. No, I think he'll be on the official broadcast, just like talking about the games and making sure there's no dead air.
Let's go. That's huge. I'm excited to watch it because I've been thanks to this partnership between Parallel and Fantasy. That's why I found Parallel and started playing. I knew about it. I just like didn't really get into it, like 'cause I didn't know much about it. And this gave me as the content lead for Fantasy, I had to and the one who leads all the streams and stuff, I had to get in and get into the weeds of it and
Yeah.
learn it. And then I was like, it hit that spark in me of because I used to play competitive Magic the Gathering, and
Yeah.
which I'm really surprised. We have this player. He's a genius. His name's Mooney, Clayton Mooney. It's his real name, and entrepreneur, owns Clayton Farms. Like really cool guy. And I'm surprised he was a professional Magic player, and I'm surprised he hasn't gotten to Parallel. And I think the only reason he hasn't is because of he's in raise mode, founder mode right now. He's raising and getting ready to
Right.
open another branch. But I think if I'm kind of glad he's not in it yet, because if he was, it's just another really high end competitor I'd have to go against on the leaderboard.
Yeah, true.
But speaking of Parallel, real quick, just to go on that tangent, quick, do you play in the tournaments and stuff?
Yeah, I do. I like just a few weeks ago there was a qualifier online for the $100,000 showdown that's happening in Manila in a few weeks from now, and I tried to qualify for it. I stayed up all night, but I didn't make it. And my
Oh,
husband Jambre is also a Parallel hero and creator. He
yeah.
top 8 qualified and he finished in 9th place.
What?
So he
No,
just bubbled,
It's
but
incredible.
he's on standby now in case anyone
oh
drops
yes.
out or if
Let's
someone doesn't
go.
get his passport, then he's gonna take
Yes,
that
he's
spot
the
because
first
we're going to
standby.
Manila anyway because we're gonna watch it live.
I was gonna say
The
book those
showdown.
tickets anyway. That
Yeah,
even
yeah,
even
yeah.
that last
We're
minute
going
stand.
anyway. We're flying to Manila in 3 weeks from now, so
See,
we're gonna be creating content for the Parallel showdown there.
Oh, that's
perfect.
awesome.
That's what I was talking to AI Rev this pretty much the last few weeks, and um it's because I'm gonna start doing the tournaments. I need to
Yeah.
like I'm really good with Lemmy, but I need to get a few more decks built up. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to pick your brain on the side because I see that you play Skip or Skibby. I always
Yeah,
mess the
my
name
deck's
up.
not very good though. I play like an aggro Skippy deck from last cycle. It was like really
That's what I
OP.
want to play is aggro, like because
Yeah,
I'm an aggro player.
same. But it struggles a bit in the current meta because it's really bad into the Lemieux deck,
Oh
and
yeah.
everyone's playing that, so it's a bit of a struggle. So I wouldn't recommend that one for a high finish.
Okay, so probably go with I like the Factors stealth shop he's made. I think that one has some potential,
Yeah,
but
I think he has some good decks for sure.
he definitely does. And I forgot what I was saying, but I remembered now. So I've been talking to AI Rev, and I was thinking about going to Manila. And if I do, whether I do or don't, I'm for sure going to Worlds in Toronto this year, like
Yeah.
to spectate,
Speculate
and
too, maybe.
yeah, oh yeah, and I'll probably do like just some like not like official content, but just do some like recording and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and but yeah, I'm gonna go up over there and meet AI Rev. And are you guys planning on going? You and John Bray?
Maybe. Last year Worlds was in Vegas and Parallel actually flew us out to Vegas and
Well,
they
let's
they
go.
covered our flights and our hotel. I think AR Ref just has a lot of money for Parallel people. So
Yeah,
so
heck yeah.
we both flew from Belgium to Vegas for like a week.
Holy cow, that is awesome.
So I
Oh,
asked Fitch. Fitch is our community manager for the Parallel Ambassadors. So I asked him just earlier today, are there any plans to fly out ambassadors again to Toronto, just so I know if I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
hint,
getting a
hint.
flight
Yeah.
or not. Yeah, but if
yeah,
not, we might still go because it was so amazing last year. So I really recommend going if you're into Parallel.
heck yeah, yeah. I definitely plan on going. And then, um, yeah, I've been. So I need to get like those other decks so I can start getting as into and nerdy with those decks I have because like I'm a
Yeah,
freak when it comes to like TCGs, as you are too, I'm sure. Um,
yeah,
well, actually, I know you get big into because I've watched some of your Hearthstone. That's one game I never got into because like when it first came out, I was still into Magic really big,
yeah,
and I like the physical aspect of Magic, and so I was like, I don't want to do this online stuff,
yeah.
and but yeah, I wish I would have because that like is another. I did not expect it to get as big as it got. It's so
Yeah, it
huge.
is great fun. It's a bit on the decline now, but it's been around for so many years. It's kind of expected, I guess. So
Yeah. Heck yeah, that is awesome. Yeah, sorry everyone watching. We kind of went on a little tangent. Yeah. So, did you have any more questions, kind of about or about anything really?
No, I don't think so. I think you guys explained it really well because I didn't know what to expect at all, and I had no idea how any of it worked. So later, when I can buy tickets, I'm gonna just mess around with making a few decks, and I'll send them to you, and I'll post them on Twitter as well, and then you can tell me how I did.
Okay, perfect.
Sounds good. Like I said, though, you might have a little bit of an edge compared to us.
Oh, where'd he go?
Oh, we lost
Where'd he
Crab.
go? Hey, oh, sorry.
Oh,
You got
there.
there. You back?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. But I was gonna say you might have the edge on us in the parallel league. If we're talking fantasy league, we might be able to help you out, especially with the fantasy league this week. It's not only is it going to be did they add some, not only last week was week 1, this week old heroes or fantasy heroes are back, but there's some additional ones this week too. Like I think yourself for one carp, what
Mm-hmm.
Mutant Matt, what we got Tut,
RCIV.
Fantardio.
got added. Ray
Yep.
from the Bodogos.
W.
Clayton got added. They
Oh, he did. Awesome.
he did. I think they it was supposed to be 3,000 followers, but I'm really happy that they made an exception for Clayton because Clayton needed added. I really like that.
He
Clayton
contributes
got
so
added.
much to the game, with like both on the ideas standpoint, buying opportunities across the board. Yeah, I'm glad that he's in there as well.
Yep. Shout out to 710 for making that happen. And because he's been doing a lot of the well, basically he's doing the added work of adding heroes and stuff. So shout out 710 for crushing it on that aspect, and everything else he crushes it on. So, but yeah, it's man, I'm excited.
Yeah,
To
it
do.
was so much fun last week just to watch, like, all these guys were in the fantasy trenches with every week go after it. And truly, I was surprised in such a positive way about how well people performed. Truly, like across the board, there were some really good numbers that came out of that. And the people that chose some really good lower number fantasy, like specific arena heroes, did really well last week.
Heck yeah, perfect. Yeah, because I have some like clips I made for this exact moment. So we'll see if they do really well right out of the gate. I just won't post the rest of the week. I'll pull a Makesy and just let it ride and just score high.
Will it trend down over time though? Is that like from the average?
That's one thing
like,
I didn't think of. Yeah,
maybe a bit. I didn't realize
if
that
it
was
does, I'll
exactly
post again.
Get like 2 or 3 bangers and spread them over the course of the couple days.
Yeah, because I think I have 5 clips ready, and then a couple written ones. My wife helped me write a couple good ones because she's made some bangers from her account, but she's such a small account because it took me so long to get her to actually like she has a really high smart follower to follower ratio, like stupid high, like I think it's like 25-30%. But like again, she's such a small account and a new account that, well, not super new because she just took over the old Fantasy Hour account that was laying dormant that I had made. And so when I finally talked her into it, but yeah, she has some bangers, so I had her help me write bangers, and then
Nice.
with my having a little bit bigger account, I think they should do pretty well. Which I'll definitely in the comments have to give the credit to her because some of them I could not have came up with them. They're good.
It's awesome. So we know who to give credit
the
to.
Dry humor type. Yeah, exactly. Heck yeah. Well, thank you guys. And Crab, this is I know I told you in the comments before, but yeah, you're definitely officially the backup co-host.
Let's go. I would love to come on anytime you need me. Preferably more than a half hour heads up so I can do some prep.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm super happy to be here.
Yeah, man. HK and I were getting ready to hop on the call, and he's like, "Crap, I've got something that came up," and I was like, "Oh man, what am I gonna do?" Because I was like, Silva's sleeping, 710's probably sleeping. Wait, crab, yeah. And so right when I was thinking that, HK's like, "Dude, crab."
Like, yeah, dude, I'm here for it. It's like midday my time, so that was probably to my advantage too.
Heck yes, let's go. It's perfect. And Baby Bear, thank you so much for coming on. You were amazing. It's perfect questions. It's been a whole lot of fun.
Definitely. Great to meet you, Baby Bear. And I'm super excited to see how you do and how you find it when you get to actually build your decks in a bit. definitely let us know what you end up going with, or
I
if you
will,
do have
yeah.
any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Like, we're definitely here to keep helping.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. I had a great time.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Thank you, everyone. We will talk to you all on the timeline. And then, BabyBear, if you ever have any questions, myself, Crab, basically anyone in the community is super always available. But yeah, definitely DM me anytime. DM Crab will help you with anything you need to. And if you want, I can create a group chat with the three of us. And then if you need, so we can help you with the arena stuff too if you want. So
Yeah, sounds good.
perfect. All right, we will talk to you guys soon. Also, you should try to get John Bray into posting. I'm gonna pick him up a few things.
I tried last week. I said, "Come on, man, there's money on the line. Post some tweets." And then he was like,
Yeah.
"I don't know what to say." And then I said, "You can tweet about this or this or this." And I gave him so many examples, and then he just didn't do it. So next week, I'm gonna make sure he posts a little bit more, because
Let's
if
go.
we, it's in our best interest too if he does, because maybe he can
Yeah.
get some of the mind share as well, and then we can spend it in Manila.
Yeah, there you go. See, yeah, package it to him that way, and then perfect. Now
Yeah.
I'm already picking BabyBear. Everyone that you pop up in, I'm just gonna have to hit John Bray up to get like maybe I'll get you both in the deck, and that'll win it.
All right. Yeah, I'll make sure he posts.
Perfect. All right, thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Have a good
See
day,
ya.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.